Hi guys, Danica here, and in this video, I want to talk about how much does it really cost to launch your WordPress membership site in 2025. Now, I'm working on a course in here, so launch your first membership site with WordPress, and part of the lesson is I'm going to discuss about the pricing. Now, in this video, I want to quickly go over that so that you get the idea, because maybe you're working on a project and wondering which combination really is for you so that you don't overkill like in budgets and setup, okay? So when working on a WordPress membership site, what you need to understand is how much active users do you currently have. So example, you have 5,000 opt-ins or leads, and then let's just say they all sign up, okay? And then you have a free course. So based on your Google Analytics, you should be able to know how many active user at a time does your website is getting. And based on that, you select the specs of the server or web hosting that you need. Okay, so there's different types of hosting. There's cloud-based, there's shared, right? And then there's dedicated. Now, these are servers or hosting that I recommend based on my experience. Okay, so my top two options are AX52 and AX102 for our clients. Now, as you can see, we have put some allowance in here on the concurrent or active users because most of our clients, they already have a design marketing strategy like webinars, they have ads, they have lead magnets, and we need that capacity or buffer so that their server can handle those requests properly. So for our clients who are running webinars, marketing ads, and so on, we suggest AX102. But for our clients who does have a bit ads but not really like scheduled or consistent webinar, then AX52 in most cases is enough for them. Now, to be honest, most of our clients, they just go directly to AX102 because later on, as their membership area grows, they don't need to worry on upgrading or switching to from one specs to another because they already have that. Anyway, these are 4 clients that we're currently working. But how about if you're just launching? Like you're new, right? So you do have leads, you do have active users, but not that much. So your options are this above. So this top 3. So if you have 200 to 300 active users and estimate, I suggest you go with Hasner CC X13. They do have a US location, unlike in dedicated server, which are only, I think, for now in Germany. So with their cloud-based hosting, they have USA location, so you can get that. Now, for if you need more than that, then there's a CCX23, and then next is CCX33. Now, once you figure out your active users, I suggest you put some buffer, let's just say 30 to 50%, just in case like something gets lots of attraction. You know that when you wake up the next morning, your website is up and not down, and you're not getting those errors that your server is having a hard time because of the traffic. But again, the option 1, CCX13, should be enough if you're just really, really like starting, okay? That should be enough. So the cost for that is $29 per month. And if you check Hadsner, it's only 14.09 USD. The $15 is coming from the RunCloud. Now, this one, it should be only like $11 because $9 plus $2 backup. That should be $11. But in my pricing here, I'm just putting a buffer, okay? Because just in case you need to increase backup storage, then at least $2 or $2. Then again, estimate is $29 per month. And then for AX52, the estimate is $78 per month with a one-time setup fee of €39. And then for AX02, $126 per month with a setup fee as well. Now, let's just focus on this one, okay? Let's just assume that you're just beginning, okay? So $29 per month. Now, after you get your hosting, and this already comes with RunCloud, so Hetzner needs to work with a web hosting manager, right? RunCloud, so you need to partner that. And again, total is $29 per month. Once you have your web hosting, then of course you need to have a domain, right? My favorite source is Cloudflare. I really like their settings and stuff. And I think it's just, if you're a web developer, it's much easier to know where you need to customize stuff, where you need to configure stuff with Cloudflare. So with Cloudflare, their domain starts at $9 to $12. But again, depends on the ending, like .io or something or others, will be the cost of your domain. But in ballpark estimate, it's $9 to $12 per year. Okay. Now, how about for the plugins? Now, for the tools that you need for your WordPress membership site, let's just say you have course, okay? You have course and you want to get the community features of BuddyBoss, okay? So for the BuddyBoss, it's gonna cost $2.99 per year for one site license. And then LearnDash is $1.99 per year. WooCommerce is free if it's not a subscription, okay? If it's a subscription, you're gonna need the add-on subscription, which you need to purchase. Let's just say it's one-time payment, okay? So you have that. And then for these are the top three that's important. With this, you should be able to launch your course, engage with your community inside your WordPress membership site. You don't even need to hire a web developer because BuddyBoss has a bunch of tutorials on how to import the demo sites. And with that, you could get started with that layout and test how it's gonna do, how it's gonna work, what exact pages do you need, and so on. So let's just say you get this step three. Okay, so you now have that. And then these are optionals, of course. CRM, WP Fusion, page builder like Elementor, and then Crocoblock, one of my favorite, to create some advanced layout and dynamic content, custom dashboard. These are the pricing for that. But again, these are optional. You could still launch without this four. Okay, you only need this three if you are gonna have community, selling, and then courses. Okay, you can even get by without WooCommerce just by LearnDash and BuddyBoss because LearnDash has direct integration to Stripe and PayPal. Okay, so you can even just get by with this without WooCommerce. Now, let's package that out. So, starter pack, it is domain plus web hosting plus BuddyBoss plus LearnDash, and then WooCommerce is free. An estimate that is 855 per year or 71 USD per month. Okay. Now, if you go with those other add-ons that I've mentioned, so everything in the starter pack plus CRM plus WP Fusion plus Elementor plus Crocoblock, ballpark estimate is 117 per month or 1.4 to 1.5 per year. So that's gonna be your estimated cost per month for your techs or tools that you currently need to run your WordPress membership site. Now, starter pack, it is best for beginners who want the lowest cost path to launch a working membership site with course, community, and payments. And then the growth pack, this is for builders who want to automate onboarding, sending emails, customizing layouts, and scale with advanced features. Now, of course, WP Fusion has a free version. You can integrate that with your CRM, but the actions are a bit limited in compared to getting the Pro. So it's still great if you're gonna go with WP Fusion and automate stuff. Of course, just get the Pro. But again, it's not a requirement. You can still launch your WordPress membership site without this add-on. You can just stick with this. So how much does it really cost? It is around $71 per month, a minimum. Okay. Now, I want to take a note that this plugins, let's just say you purchase this in the first time, right? On the next year, let's just say you want to slow down because you're still working on other side and stuff. Now it's not required to renew if you are like not in that stage yet that everything's working. Meaning, if you decide on the next year you don't renew the license, your website will still work. Okay, but you're not gonna get the latest plugins, the latest stuff from BuddyBoss and LearnDash if you don't renew. Okay, and they may lack some areas where you could customize and change stuff, but the ones that you have already set up will remain working. If you have set up groups, courses, and stuff, it's gonna keep working even if your license has already expired. So if you have any slowdown next year, let's just say if things are just not going the way you imagine, then your cost each month is gonna go down to just your hosting, right? And of course, the domain is yearly, so just the hosting, which is $29 per month to keep your setup floating. Okay. So again, these are just estimate based on the minimum. Okay. But again, based on how you really want to customize stuff, this will grow depending on your requirements. Now, let's just compare that with other famous e-learning or community apps as well. So again, for WordPress, we have $71 per month starter pack that already includes courses and community feature. Next is for Kajabi. It starts at $71 per month up to $3.99 per month. I think the way the apps that are non-WordPress work is they have the initial package and then with some limitation on the functionalities or limited number of seats or limited courses or products. And then as you go to the next level, they open up those functionalities or remove those limitations for you. So that's the current pricing for Kajabi. And then School, they only have two, so $9 per month or $99 per month. Mighty Networks, they have 108 to 360 USD per month. So that's a comparison. Okay, so to answer your questions, it's $71 per month, a minimum to launch or have a working WordPress membership site up. this 2025. So I hope this video helps. If you have any question regarding pricing, comment it down below and I'll do my best to answer your questions. I'm also going to keep you posted once my Launch Your First membership site with WordPress is up. With this, I'm going to go more deeply on how this works, how to set things up, and so on, so that you can launch your first WordPress membership site on budget and without the tech overwhelm. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.